it do, everyone? I am your host. No need to get into the formalities. You already know who it is. You already know who I am. And you already know what we are here to do. Today, we are covering Myron GainesX, I know, from the Fresh&Fit Podcast. Some of y'all, again, y'all don't have a problem with him. Y'all love him. Others, y'all hate him. Love him or hate him, he's still good content. And he stays making good content. Trust and believe, you will want to see this because Myron gets into it in front of a synagogue with some Jewish men who do not like what he is spewing or speaking about when it comes to the Israel and Palestine issue. Yes, the Israel or Palestinian issue. Everyone knows that it's a touchy subject. We know this. I have friends that are on one side for Palestine and I have friends that are on another side for Israel. Either way, people will choose the side that they align with. Me, myself, personally, I just want to see peace. That is what I advocate for. I know. It's a dream, right? I'm living in a dream world. I'm not living in reality. I know. I don't take sides. I don't like taking sides. I only advocate for what's right. And peace is always right because we are on this earth here to do what? Live amongst each other. Procreate. That's it. And live this humanly experience that we were blessed with. But there's other people who see things otherwise. But before we continue into this video, I need y'all to do 3 things for me. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button and share this video so someone else can do the very same thing. And if they don't, then we're going to send Uncensored America after them. Now, they are about to shut Myron down. This was live. I watched it live, and it was pretty interesting to see, especially all the other men who got into it with Myron. They did not like what he was saying about Israel. No, they did not. And Myron didn't like what they were saying about Palestine. And again, it was a back and forth between the two groups. And whichever side that you may take, I want you to actually sit there, right? View this video with an unbiased view. I know that's hard to do because everyone wants to align with a group. Everyone wants to align with a group of people. Everyone wants to align with a certain ideology because it is their identity. I get it. But at the same time, I need y'all to observe and I need y'all to see how angry people can get. I need y'all to see how mad, how infuriating people can actually get to the point where they are seeing red. So without further ado, let us get into this video. Leave a comment in the comment section. After the video, I will give my commentary and let you know exactly what I think. But for everyone else that is viewing this video, thank you for joining us. Let's get to it.
Right? Because it's interesting that I mentioned the Hannibal directive. Nobody knew what it was.
What is it? Pull it up.
I just explained it to you.
Pull it up.
It is.
Pull it up.
I have the video right here.
Play it.
Okay,
English,
do you know who
𝐷𝐿𝐲𝐫𝐬𝐧
is? Do you know who 𝐷𝐿𝐲𝐫𝐬𝐧 is?
Play it in English.
Do you know who 𝐷𝐿𝐲𝐫𝐬𝐧 is?
Everyone here speaks English.
Okay, but the problem is that the interview was done in Hebrew in Israel.
So translate it. Or find a translated
There's
one.
captions right here. You want to look at the video?
Perfect.
Here. Come look at it yourself.
What is the purpose of the video so we understand? So I understand what the video's about.
So they interviewed him. See, this is the problem. You guys don't even know. You don't even know. You're here arguing a point that you don't even know. You don't know what the Hannibal directive is.
I asked you.
Yeah.
I asked you what it is.
I just explained it. I'm telling you, it's when they kill their own civilians to evade them being captured by Palestinian militia groups, to evade hostage negotiations so that they don't have to release 1,000 Palestinians who 1 Israeli like they did with 𝐌𝐲𝐫𝐬𝐧. Now, with that said, 𝐷𝐿𝐲𝐫𝐬𝐧, your defense minister, okay, you're basically your secretary of defense, right? Equivalent. He admitted on an interview that the Hannibal directive was activated on October 7th and it should have been activated in other areas. That is why Apache helicopters killed a bunch of the concert goers. That's why we know that they shot tanks into the kibbutzes. They shot tank rounds.
Okay, so here it says the Hannibal directive. The Hannibal directive, also translated as Hannibal procedure or Hannibal protocol, is the name of a controversial procedure used by the IDF to prevent the capture of Israeli soldiers by enemy forces. What's wrong with that? Who wants their soldiers captured?
No.
That's what it says here.
They killed civilians as well. Is my point.
They don't
On
kill-
October 7th, they killed civilians.
It says they only kill soldiers.
No.
to
They killed
to
civilians
prevent
as well.
soldiers.
And also
To prevent soldiers from being captured.
No. They killed civilians. And also keep in mind that there's mandatory military service in Israel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
effectively, they shoot at anyone
but-
that's going to be captured.
On a
now
day-
again,
I got a question for you.
now
you
with
made
that
Hannibal
said-
Schmannibal.
Okay, this guy. Just wait in line. So
why,
anyway,
why,
hold on.
why are Jews
hold on,
and
hold on,
Palestinians and Arabs
Let's
all fighting
stick-
for a small piece of land?
Let's stick to the
The
topic
Arabs
at
have
hand.
so much land, brother.
Let's stick to land. Let's stick to the conversation because first, right? First,
why
you
fight
made the
for a
accusation
small piece of
saying,
land? Why fuck with
bro,
the Jews?
let him
Wait,
be on the
wait,
mic.
wait.
Okay.
So-
you guys got to control yourselves.
Okay,
One person on the
I'm
mic
just
at a
standing
time.
here.
So again, you made the claim
That.
a bunch of hostages were kidnapped, which is true.
Yeah.
And you made the claim that they just need to bring the hostages back. And I told you on or about October 10th.
Said release the
They,
hostages.
yes,
yeah.
agreed.
It's a good
They were
start
willing to release the
communication.
hostages, give them all back in return in exchange for them not invading Gaza and bombing Gaza.
I don't believe that. I don't
then-
believe that.
Hold on. Let me finish my point.
Yeah,
Let me
go-
finish my
go
point.
ahead.
Then that's fine. You can say what you want to say.
No, but you
That's
can
fine.
pull it up.
So anyway, with that said,
Pull it
with
up.
that said, right? Great.
Pull it
anyway,
up.
so with that said, right? The Hannibal directive
Yeah.
was activated on that day. And I told you what the
Because-
Hannibal directive is.
Who wants any
Now-
of their soldiers to be captured?
But the point is, the reason
And,
why I
and
made
there's
that
going to be
argument,
innocent lives on both
let me
sides.
tell you
Who
why I
wants
made
their
that
soldiers to be
argument.
captured?
Because you made the argument saying they killed 1,000 plus Israelis, and I'm saying, well, the IDF
I
killed a
said
lot
they.
of Israelis.
I said they killed.
And then on top
wait,
of that,
wait.
and then on
wait,
top of
wait.
that,
I said they
hold
killed
on, you made that-
1,000
you made the
plus
assertion.
civilians. They weren't all Israelis.
No.
There was people from Thailand that were killed.
Of course.
Muslims
Yes,
that
I
were
understand.
killed.
I understand.
Jews that, no, so keep
I understand.
it.
But
Americans
again-
that were killed.
I understand
They
that, but the point is that
indiscriminately killed.
people were being killed.
Indiscriminately.
People were being killed
Indiscriminately.
by both the IDF
Bro,
and Hamas.
if you go
both
look,
of them.
If you go look at
Both
Gaza,
of them.
you have waterfront land.
Both of them were
They're
being
on
killed.
beaches.
Okay.
They have 5-star hotels.
That's not the
No
argument.
one wants to look at that.
That's not the argument.
On October
Again.
On October 6th.
See, this is great.
They were all chilling.
This is great.
On October 6th, they were all chilling, living their lives. There was no famine, nothing.
Wait in line.
Yeah, get in
Wait
line.
in line, buddy.
On
Wait in
October
line, you're not on
6th,
mic.
Everything was fine. People had visas to go in and out of Israel to work. Things were fine.
Yep.
What happened? Yasser Arafat, when he died, left his wife with over $1 billion. The leaders of Hamas, $12 billion, who are now killed, all of them. What happens? When there's war, they get richer. The people of Gaza get poorer. And then the Jews look bad on the world stage. That's all that happens.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Humanitarian goes to the top.
See,
And the civilians suffer. I agree they're
we
suffering.
were talking about October 7th, and you just
I
completely
agree that they're
deflected.
suffering. Yeah, because when you go and say 1,000 Israelis got killed, that's not true. It was 1,000.
Okay,
people
let's say
that
people got killed.
Yeah.
The point I'm trying to
Muslims
make
died,
is,
bro.
yeah,
You're Muslim.
but here's the thing.
Are you Muslim?
Hamas.
Are you Muslim?
That's irrelevant to the conversation.
Muslim, I'm Jewish.
That's irrelevant to the
Jews
conversation.
died. Muslims died.
Yes.
Christians died.
Yes. And
Americans
here's the thing.
died.
Here's the thing.
People died.
That's why I'm
People
critical
died.
of Israel.
People
okay.
died.
Now with that said, now here's
People
the thing.
died. Should
now, like when I
Hamas
said-
surrender? Yes or no?
Here's the thing.
Should Hamas surrender?
No.
Why?
Now here's the thing. Because here's
Oh, so
look,
you also agree that they're freedom fighters?
no. Again,
They're
you are
labeled-
taking away.
They're labeled
Let me
a
finish.
terrorist organization.
Let me finish saying what I'm
and
saying.
They shouldn't surrender.
Let me finish
and
saying
you're
what
an
I'm
American
saying. Let me
citizen.
finish what I'm saying.
You should be ashamed of
You're
yourself.
you're just interrupting because
Okay,
you
go
don't
ahead.
want to
Go
have
ahead. Go
you
ahead.
brought up October 7th.
They're terrorists.
You brought up October 7th,
Okay.
and I was talking
You
to you
brought
about
it up.
no.
I brought up the Houthis.
No, you mentioned
You
because
decided
then you
to
said,
talk
well,
about October 7th.
no. You brought it up, and then I'm just
You
responding
asked
to
my
you.
stance.
Yes, and then you
I
talked
asked you
about
about the
October
Houthis.
7th. But here's the problem.
Completely different.
You guys make it as if it started on October 7th, and it never did. It started way before that, and the Zionist propaganda
Yeah,
always goes off of October 7th, and on October
It started
7th.
in 1949 when we got
It
a
started
state.
before that.
When we got a
It
Jewish
started
state.
before that.
Okay.
It started before that.
Okay.
It started before that.
They-
It started before that. You guys were killing people. Israel was founded upon
Bro,
terrorism.
There's killing.
Israel was founded upon
Can you
terrorism.
agree there's killing on both sides?
Again, of course there is.
There
of course there is. But here's the
That's it.
difference.
That's a fact of life.
I value
We-
both. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, like I was saying, this guy just name calling. Anyway,
Jews corrupted their own
no,
holy
him,
books.
the
You
other
know?
guy over there, the old guy. So the
Jews
point I'm
corrupted
trying to
their-
make is, I talked about October 7th, and I'm telling you
Bro,
that the die
The
on that day
Americans came
were
here
not just
and-
killed by
and
Hamas.
fucking killed all
That's
Native
my
Americans.
point.
Are we talking about?
Okay.
You're talking about Native
bro.
Americans.
Look, bro, I'm
You're
telling
talking
you.
about settlers. The Jewish people came.
Yeah, settlements that are illegal.
The Jewish
Settlements
people
that are
came,
illegal.
They built Tel Aviv into what it is today, and all of a sudden they want it back. Like, bro, come on.
Hold on.
Hold
Let me finish what I'm saying here.
The British mandate had a two-state solution, no?
Are you talking about the Balfour Declaration?
Okay, so for one, y'all gotta excuse the skipping. It's not me. That was their stream. It kept skipping for whatever reason. I'm pretty sure they are going to fix it whenever they re-upload the video, or it might just skip forever. But y'all have to excuse the skipping. 2, I don't know if y'all noticed, there is someone pointing a laser at Myron. There's a person pointing the laser at the spectators, the people on the other side of the mic, which to me is like the dumbest thing to ever do, because again, that's like a threat, and I don't take threats lightly, because you never know what that actually is. It could be someone playing with the laser, or it could be somebody playing with the deadly laser, if you know what I'm saying. Now, they are both going back and forth and screaming at each other. Honestly, we all know that in history, there has been what? There has been so many deaths over religion. Yes, there have been so many deaths over crusades. Yes, there have been so many deaths over disagreements, where one group of people want to force their views on another group of people. And what will they do? They go and they destroy those people. They take their lands over. They fight holy wars. We all know this. This has happened in history. Does it still happen to this day? Yes, it does. Because people have strong views about their religion, and you cannot tell them otherwise. Do you understand what I am saying? Because for you to tell them otherwise, it is to dismantle their entire belief system. Their entire world will crumble, because your life, your existence was based on this ideology. Your entire existence was based on this religion, this way of thinking. Your God, yes, your deity, your entire existence is based on all of this. And for someone to come in and try to dismantle that and tell you otherwise, it means war.
Yeah, no, but after that, the British mandate had a two-state solution. There was going to be an Arab state and there was going to be a Jewish state. Right after that, all the Arabs invaded. That's something that you don't like to talk about. Let's be honest.
Well, it
here.
wasn't your land to have in the first place.
It was Britain's land.
It wasn't. Ben who?
Before that, it was the Turkish
land.
land.
It wasn't your land to have in the first place. It wasn't your land to have in the first place.
They gave it to half to the Arabs.
It wasn't your land to have in the first place.
They chopped it up.
It wasn't. Look at this guy. He's mad. Yeah, and you're pissed off. Look at you, triggered because you don't like the facts.
They chopped it up.
Yeah, well, it's kind of hot out here.
They chopped it up. We had a deal, and all
Meanwhile,
the
you guys are being emotional.
I'm not being emotional.
No, I was talking to this guy.
Like I said before, there was a two-state solution. There was. It's given by England, half to the Jewish state, half to an Arab state. Immediately. Right after the Holocaust.
It wasn't theirs.
You're gonna be like, oh, he's bringing up the Holocaust. It was right after the Holocaust. We didn't have any sort of military institution behind us.
Really?
We had the Haganah and the Irgun. It was nothing. It was underground.
What are the Haganah and Irgun?
Okay, listen.
And the 𝐿ahi gang. What are they?
They were fighting for a Jewish state.
They're terrorist organizations. They're terrorist organizations, and you know it.
They weren't
Israel was created by terrorist organizations.
No, it was created because the British. No, listen.
It's created
you need to read your
You
facts.
killed the British.
No, the British gave it over, and the British killed us, and Muslims killed the terrorists.
King David Hotel.
And
the King David Hotel. You guys don't know your history. That's the funny part.
I do know my history. I don't think you
don't
know
their history. They don't know their history.
The
This
Jews
is comical.
literally corrupted their own holy
killed the
books.
British.
You can't trust them.
No, this is live. This is live. You just
Hey, you're a fucking clown, dude.
Yeah, and this guy's angry too. Yo, look at the Zionist tears. They don't like the truth. They don't like the fact that your country was made on terrorism. They don't like the fact that you killed 100 innocent people.
This is the truth.
In the King David
Whenever
Hotel.
you're ready.
You don't like the fact that your country was
Whenever
created
you're
through
ready.
terrorism. The very terrorism that you guys denounced today was created by Haganah, 𝐿ahi, and the Stern Gang. And on top of that, you guys stole our weapons to do it. You stole our nuclear technology.
Are you ready?
killed our president.
You ready? Okay, hold on.
You
I
guys
gotta turn
attacked
this
our
in.
U.S. ship. It was given comical.
Okay, listen.
Comical.
You
That's
ready?
why JFK did not want nuclear proliferation. See?
Okay.
No. You guys.
I understand your perspective.
You guys.
You want to hear something?
See, here's the reality. This is what I love.
Hold on, let us talk.
This is what I love, right? Zionists come here. Zionists come in here and argue with me and say, oh, well, you know, on this day, such and such happened.
1 second.
Okay, what's the Hannibal directive? They don't know. They don't know that a bunch of Israelis and a bunch of innocent people were
we
killed
gonna
by
have
the
a
IDF.
conversation?
Then on top of
Okay,
that,
you ready?
they don't know how
Okay.
their country was made. Then they don't know that the British, you killed the British in the King David Hotel. You guys assassinated a bunch of British people. Then on top of that, the state of Israel raided through 3 main terrorist organizations that are now rebranded into the IDF that we know now. Now, with that said, the UN. No, I know about it. The
fine,
Balfour
that's fine. Keep
Declaration, and it was raided to the Rothschilds. You don't even know the name of it.
Listen.
1917, the
Myron.
Balfour Declaration. You don't know. And you
Myron.
What were you gonna say? What are you gonna say? You
Can I
don't know
say
what you're
something?
talking
Can you wait
about.
for a second?
You're just sitting here. You don't know what you're talking about at all.
This is
Again, you Zionists don't understand your own history of your own country.
we can argue about the past.
You haven't do it. No.
Let's argue.
You're Israel first.
Myron.
You're Israel first. You're Israel
Myron.
first. And quite frankly, Israel is a parasitic country.
Okay.
It's a parasitic
ready?
country. We should not be giving you guys aid anymore. You guys are
Ready?
making us look terrible. We give you
Awesome.
billions of dollars of aid that you don't got to pay back. You guys will not exist without
right.
American aid.
Perfect.
You guys, quite frankly, were built on terrorism, and it's an evil country. This is why we
All
have to
right,
run cover
listen.
for you guys. We have to run cover for you guys at the UN. The
I have
entire
a question for
international
you.
world condemns you.
Hello.
You guys
I
are
have a
running illegal
question.
settlements. You guys are running illegal settlements.
I
You
want a
kill
question.
innocent
I wanna
kids
ask you a
every
question.
day.
Can I ask you a question?
You kill innocent kids every single
Here, give me
day.
the mic.
Wait. Actually, they went and did a study. and they
Myron,
figured out that that was a lie.
wait.
That was a lie.
Hey,
That was
you
a lie.
you have like
And
200.
7 of you to even formulate an argument.
I'm gonna tell you
Then
one
breeding
truth.
is real.
Myron, listen. There is only one truth. Myron, there's only one truth whenever you're ready.
All right,
Whenever
so
you're ready to listen, there's only one truth. No matter how much you can hate the Jews.
I don't hate the Jews.
Hold on.
See, I love that.
Hold
That-
on.
I love
didn't
that.
finish
I
my
hate the
fucking
Jews.
sentence.
I hate the Jews.
You
This is-
I didn't say you are. You can hate the Jews. You can like
don't.
the Jews. You can hate Zionists. You can love Zionists. You can hate Israel. You can love Israel. At the end of the day, you'll not kill any Jews. You're not going to kill the ideology of Judaism, and you're not going to kill the ideology of Zionists. Guess what? Israel will stand in the future. Period. You can't fuck with that. That's it. That's the fucking truth. You cannot kill that. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, us Jews are going to prevail and stick together. And
You're
this
saying
guy can
USA,
think whatever he
but-
wants.
but you're
Islam's
talking
the
about
truth,
Israel.
though. Islam,
You're
that's
not
fine.
America
That's fine.
first. You're not America
you guys
first.
can
They're not the
concede-
same thing.
can-
They're not the same thing
And we will
at all.
continue
You guys can
to grow.
succeed
Yeah,
in
America
this life.
first,
We'll succeed in
America
the next
only.
life.
Fuck Israel. Anyway,
Yo, can you?
yeah.
Yo,
Fuck
you
Israel.
All right. On
Fuck
the same
Israel.
topic.
Let's go.
You
let's
have
go to the next
200
person.
Is the fucking
You have.
Let's go to-
Wait.
let's go to the next person.
Yo, Myron.
Look,
You have 200
Look,
people here, right?
so here's the
you,
thing.
You have 200 plus people
Again,
here.
yeah.
Can you
And you
maybe
guys-
go off script once
Look.
and say something positive?
What was I gonna say?
Can you maybe go off script once and say something positive that brings us together instead of name calling and saying Zionists?
Oh, you guys
did,
been doing a name calling.
Jews that. All right, guys, chill for a second. You've had your platform, right? One time, can you say something positive?
About what?
Zionism, Jews, Muslims, us as a people. Can you say something? Women deserve less. Can you say something positive?
Israel's a parasitic state, and we need to stop supporting it.
All right, brother.
That's what we need to do.
You're-
They're killing innocent people, and they're dragging our name in the mud alongside it. No more aid to
Why don't you-
Israel.
Why don't you go
No
live
more
there?
aid.
If you love Hamas
No more
so much,
aid.
Why don't you go live
No,
there and fight for
no.
them?
I'm saying we need to stop supporting Israel. That's what I'm saying.
Myron is a savage. He gives no fucks at all. None given. Straight savage. He speaks his mind. Now, we have to understand something. Everyone has their own opinions. Everyone does. As civilized human beings, we should be able to sit down and listen to each other's opinions and then have healthy dialogue, healthy debates about said opinions. Because I want to know how you think, and you should want to know how I think as well. And try to meet me in the middle. And if we can't meet in the middle, then we need to go our separate ways. But I will still walk away with some form of knowledge about what you think, about your opinion, and what you've experienced in life. That's what life is all about. But right now, they're just going back and forth and screaming at one another. And you can tell that Myron, it got under his skin a little bit, because instead of addressing the two gentlemen that were in front of the mic, he was addressing the other gentlemen that were in the corner being belligerent and calling him names. Now, I want y'all to notice one thing. Notice something for me, right? The older gentleman that was there with the blue shirt, with the blue polo shirt, You notice how he disappears, right? Well, I'm not going to spoil it for y'all, but just know that he comes back with the surprise. And this is going to be the reason why they shut this show down. Y'all also saw the police officer walking around. Now that the police are there, you know that it's about to get heated.
We need to stop giving you guys aid.
Why should we stop?
Because you guys are dragging
them?
our name in the mud. Now, with that said, though, look, we gotta move on. We gotta move on.
You guys,
one thing is that you said
and your
you agree
name is
with
Israel.
Hamas, and
Fantastic.
they're a terrorist organization.
Go ahead. Yeah, I don't want our country being run by a bunch of Zionists that want to go ahead and continue a genocide on innocent people. You're an embarrassment. Okay, who's up next?
Physical world shit is all bullshit. At the end of the day, this whole world is run by spirituality.
Yeah. We gotta cut it. We gotta cut it. Go. Next person.
Spirituality. Listen.
In the street.
At the end of the day, we live in a spiritual world.
We gotta switch the topic, guys, so we can keep the stream going. We gotta switch the topic so that we can. We gotta switch the topic. We gotta switch the topic, guys. Look, I was telling y'all, you know what I mean? We got peace here. People are getting animated.
We want peace.
Okay,
we want
buddy.
Peace.
Sure.
We want peace.
Sure. So you guys gotta go. What? You guys gotta go. Like I said, we're running our stream. You guys can stand there, but I'm saying, like, we're gonna move on to the topic. No, you can stay. I'm saying that we gotta move the topic. We gotta move the topic. I mean, Miami PD, look, they're here. Yeah. Can we just we're gonna switch topics. All right, we gotta switch topics, guys. We gotta switch topics. Cop is here. He's saying switch topic. So let's move that. We gotta switch topics. We gotta switch topics, guys. Sorry.
Hey, if you're so fucking smart, what is the U.S. currency at the dollar right now?
You got this? Like, yeah, it's crazy. Here. Yeah. This is crazy.
Listen, you're doing it in front of a fucking synagogue. That wasn't the smartest idea, no? Maybe go in front of a mosque. Do it somewhere else. But in front of a synagogue, that's fucking crazy. On a fucking Friday night.
The truth is the truth, regardless of where I am.
Bro, that's wild.
Truth is the truth.
That's not gonna happen.
And you know, this is crazy because
Shut it down.
This is crazy. Look at this. This is crazy.
Jews think they own the blog. The Jews think they own.
This is awesome. This is crazy. You guys just make yourselves look worse. This doesn't help the cause at all. It just proves that you guys can't have discussion. This is like, yeah, this is just proves my point. Yep. This proves the stereotypes. This proves the stereotypes. Man, this is crazy. See? Come in, start a problem, can't even have a discussion. Proves all the stereotypes right. Well, here's the thing, right? You guys can't even have a civil discussion. You guys can't even not. You're yelling, being emotional. This is just proving my point even more so. I'm sitting here chilling. You guys are yelling and heckling. This is ridiculous. Can't even be adults. You gotta yell and scream and act crazy and everything, and this guy's here now. I don't know what's going on. Like, it's just wild. Using slurs and all that other stuff. Yeah, so this is very, yeah. See, it's wild because now we can't, look, he's saying pack your shit. Look at this. Did you say this is a public sidewalk? Who are you? Who are you? Where are you? Freedom of speech. This is America. This is America. Freedom of speech. America. Hey, if you don't like it, go back to Tel Aviv. That's why you got kicked out of 109 countries. So why you guys got kicked out of 109 countries?
And the live stream is cut. They wanted him gone. I don't know who Buddy was that came up and asked him about the U.S. currency, but he was coming on that live off and on. And when I tell you off and on, he was just yelling out shit that didn't even matter. Things that were irrelevant, like free poo shiesty. Yeah, you can tell he was drunk. He's a little intoxicated. Now, the other heavy-set guy, yes, the other heavy-set guy who was yelling and screaming at Myron, that is who the other older gentleman, I believe, went to get. I believe that's who he went to get because you could tell that they are both part of the same synagogue. Yes, you can tell they're part of the same synagogue. And so Myron was up against more than one person, more than two people, as you can see. He was up against the whole mob, and that mob wanted him gone. Now, of course, they got under his skin too, so what did he do? He started name-calling. Yes, he started saying offensive things towards Jewish people, towards Israel, towards them, and their beliefs, and their ideology. Now, how did you think that was going to end? How do you think it's going to end when you offend an entire population of people? Myron knew what he was doing, but he was also standing up for himself and defending his views and his ideology and his opinion, which I believe we do have in this country. It is a free country, and people say some of the craziest things. And I have to tell y'all that I will end it with this. I've had some racists come in my comment section and say some of the craziest things on my social media platforms. But do you know what I do? It's a free country, right? They can say whatever they want to. I laugh at them. Do you want to know why? Because the last time I checked, they didn't pay no bill for me. They didn't wipe my ass when I shit, and whatever they eat doesn't make me shit either. Until next time. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content.